Hi, advocates. So we're here at Winning Strategies Washington with Molly McDonald, our policy consultant, and we thought we would make a series of videos for you highlighting the importance of your advocacy efforts. A lot of times I get asked as a grassroots advocacy manager, what is the impact? Why is it important that I engage in these advocacy efforts? And so we're going to go over not only the power of advocacy and why it's always worth engaging in these efforts, but also what happens after you send an action alert, after you make a phone call, and after you meet with your member of Congress. So today we're gonna go over those topics, and this video is just to give you a broad overview of why it's always good to engage with your members. So Molly, a lot of times I hear from advocates, kind of what's the point of engaging with my representative? Either I know they're going to vote with me, or I know they're not going to vote with me. So let's start with the first one. I know they're going to vote with me, so what's the point of engaging with them?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of reasons why it's important to continue that engagement. The first being that sharing your stories with members, even if they're already on your side, gives them that sort of background, that ammo to continue to amplify your voice and share your story. So they can take that to the House and Senate floor. They can take it to their colleagues, to leadership, to say, these are my constituents, this is what they're going through, and this is why this legislation or this funding is so important. The other piece would be, members are faced with thousands of legislative requests and bills and, the numerous issues of the day that come up, especially these days. And so even if they have committed to support our cause, it's important that we continue to reach out so that it remains at the top of their list. We don't want it to fall through the cracks. So to say, hey, this is something we still care about. We know you've been a champion, but we still, need to get it over the finish line. And related to that, it's to thank them. Members don't get a lot of thank yous these days. And so to be able to say, thank you for supporting our cause, and, we look forward to continue to working together in order to finish it off.
Yeah, and all of those things really help establish a relationship between you and the congressional office. That's something that you can build upon and really sort of cultivate as your advocacy efforts continue. So let's move to the flip side. Let's move to, I know my representative is not with me on this. Why should I bother?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I know particularly in today's climate, there's a lot of folks that would just rather throw up their hands, and I get that, but members are never going to know how you feel unless you tell them, and we never know sort of how members are going to evolve over their time in office, how the climate is going to evolve, what issues may come up, so we may not see sort of the path right now for them helping us on these issues, but I think continuing to share the way that you feel is important, and you're continuing to build that relationship so down the road, maybe there's another issue that they can get on board with. Mm-hmm. And, it's okay to express your sort of polite disagreement, mm-hmm. And even, strong disagreement with how they are voting or not voting. But by continuing to engage in a meaningful way and being a resource to them as to what you are facing as a colorectal cancer patient or family or caregiver, it's really important for those members. And down the line, you never know what it might lead to.
Yeah, and to that end, you never know what factors are going to be the deciding factors mm-hmm. in a member's vote. And so, it's always best to be open so that your representative can represent you. Yep. So that's sort of a broad overview of why your advocacy efforts matter. We will explore each individual kind of advocacy effort in upcoming videos, so stay tuned for those. Thanks.